Do I contradict myself? Very well, then I contradict myself. I am large, I contain multitudes, says Walt Whitman. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Welcome and entertain them all, says Rumi. Now, I would guess that very few of us do this with much hospitality. Maybe I'm alone. I'm going to guess I'm not. That we tend to be discerning, even discriminating hosts. Joy, hope, trust, welcome. Envy, criticism, melancholy, anxiety. Sorry, try somewhere else, please. Compassion and boundless love. Come in, come in. Self-loathing and shame, be gone, be gone. Many of us spend a lot of our time discerning what we believe to be good or bad to feel and be in the world. And we apologize all the time for ourselves. The question every human faces, who am I? Is that much harder to answer after a lifetime of slicing and dicing and curating and banishing? Am I right? Or getting stuck in a singular experience? Most of us know what that feels like, right? When, say, fear or anxiety are the only ones at the table, or self-loathing. It's a powerful domino effect, am I right? For the world, oh, how it seems to warp and conspire itself into a singular experience when one part of us becomes resolute about their convictions. The wonderful author Elizabeth Gilbert, she writes, "The most peaceful and wise people that I know are the ones who have created enough internal space to be able to allow all the parts of themselves to coexist despite the contradictions." So, she says, they have room for their creativity, room for their fear, room for their dignity, room for their shame. They have room for the parts of themselves that are glorious and divine and wonderful, and they have room for the parts of themselves that are petty and jealous and ridiculous. They create, she says, this big, huge auditorium of a landscape inside themselves. They don't kick any parts out. These are the most peaceful and wise of people, she says, that she knows. Now, parts language comes from the groundbreaking internal family systems theory, and maybe some of you know about it or are doing it in your therapist's office, otherwise known as IFS. And it's now sweeping the therapeutic world in many ways. And it posits that every part of you has a valuable story and motivation that goes back to your earliest of years. No part is conspiring against you or bad. Yes, even those that can cause suffering to yourself and even others. When properly understood, they are simply trying to get some need met. They think they are working on your behalf, protecting you, managing adversity, and for a time early in your life, yes, they helped you survive in some way. coming to know them and their stories. Oh, the power of storytelling. Helps us to integrate and to heal because we begin to soften ourselves toward them. The depth of understanding often has this effect, right? We know that in our relationships. In IFS, the work as adults is to begin learning how to parent these parts, relieve them of their scrupulousness, not so that they leave and never return, but rather so that they feel safe in some way, cared for, listened to, nurtured, put down for a nap. All the things we as grown-ups would offer a child who was suffering in some way. Have any of you ever noticed that you would never speak to a child or even another human being the way you sometimes speak to yourselves? Yeah. That's the key to this work, speaking to all of our parts as we would a child. And so today I am going to guide you through a meditation, and we're just going to invite this in a little bit. It is meant to feel good, so make sure this is the case for you. Be gentle with yourselves, and if at any point you are uncomfortable, it's not working for you, it becomes too much, you just can simply console your body and mind with the kind of loving language that you would a child. Don't worry, let's just sit here together then and relax, okay? So I'm going to now invite you to first close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And you can take a few breaths. And maybe this has already started to happen for you, but you can begin to scan your body and mind for any part that might like to come forward. Maybe they were really running the show before you got here. A worried part, an ashamed part, an angry or annoyed part. Maybe your anxious planner part who's struggling to focus or put down the many, many to-dos. Or the harsh critic who tells you that you aren't good enough, or beautiful enough, or successful enough. Or a lonely or sad part of you. Just gently, gently scan for them. And I want you to imagine that you are sitting on a big, beautiful rug in a beautiful room, and you're making a circle for them. Come in, come in. You can pat the rug, tell them that it's okay to join, and just sit with them and breathe. They are all watching you like young kids watch their preschool teacher. And you're calmly breathing with a slight smile, just sitting. And if more parts show up, simply point them to a place in the circle. All are welcome. This is a safe place. Nobody needs to be understood or psychoanalyzed right now. You're just going to let them know that they aren't alone. You can say that to them in your mind. Darling, you might say, I'm here for you. I will take good care of you. Or just extend some loving energy their way. And if you are overthinking this, consider that that might be a part who's anxious and really wanting to get this right. Maybe they're the only one in your circle today. Darling, I am here for you. I can see that you're suffering. I will take good care of you, you say. Maybe one even wants to sit on your lap. Easy does it. Now, some of you might be finding some relaxation here. It's okay if you're not. Or you are finding you are loosening a bit in your body, your muscles and bones. This is a sign that everyone has been working really hard and they long for rest and company and care. And what a beautiful thing that you are giving this to them right now. So let yourself now feel that this is a beautiful thing that you are trying for here. And you can tell these parts this too. You're doing a wonderful job sitting here with me like this. Thank you, you can say. And soon you can begin to shift your focus back to the outside world soon. Just a little shift now, but just see how possible it is to hold this in your body, the loosened energy in this circle of care, even as you begin this shift. With practice, my friends, it's possible to be in this state in your outside lives. This is accessible to you. In your interactions and relationships, reactions and responses, it's all a matter of helping your parts, the multitudes within, trust that you can care for them now. That there's a grown-up in the room who's looking after them. Maybe in a way that they've never been looked after before. So just take that in for another brief moment. And when the time feels right to you and all who've joined your little circle, you can thank them and tell them that it's going to be snack time soon. Maybe even cookies downstairs. And you can come back to this sanctuary. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. They may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. May we know this, may we find comfort in it, and my friends, may we share it. And so I say thank you to you, and amen.